Hey guys, Saiyan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we all know Saiyan Day is only a week away. This video is going up on the 11th of March. So Saiyan Day exactly 1 week away. We're obviously less than a week before we actually find out what it is. I believe last year it was the 16th that it was revealed that it was going to be a Majin Vegeta. And then I think the 17th was when we got the kit and everything, and then the banner came out on the 18th. So 1 week away. However, I wanted to take a look ahead at what is going to be going on after Saiyan Day on Global, because once we take the first couple of steps, we move into a very interesting situation that we have not been in on Global before, and this is because yet another celebration from last year was made into a same time celebration, and that is the superhero stuff at the end of 2022. Because JP always gets a dual Dokkan Fest for New Year's, and obviously Global just gets, you know, something else, right? Usually something that was previously out on JP. However, Global also got the superhero celebration, which means that the time slot where Global would have then gotten JP's New Year celebration has to be something else. So we'll take a look at the schedule. So here we are obviously right now in March. Bardock released on the 1st, and then a couple of days ago we got the Easy A's for the Super Saiyan 1, 2 and 3 Bardocks. We're getting Collection of Epic Battles update in a couple of days, and then the Frieza Chain Battle as well. And then basically that's the end of the Bardock celebration. Well, it ends a couple of days after that, right? And then we go straight into the Saiyan Day celebration, and it'll be around this time that we should start to get the first teasers or bits of information about Saiyan Day. So, if we look at last year, obviously we're in the same boat, right? Saiyan Day, the pre-Saiyan Day Dokkan Fest released on the 1st of March, some Easy A's, and there was actually a world tournament. And then on the 18th, Saiyan Day occurs, Saiyan Day stuff comes out. That's obviously what we're expecting to happen this time, right? We should get hopefully some good Easy A's. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new unit is and the new side banner unit. And then as we moved into April, this is where we got, so it's basically straight after Saiyan Day, essentially. This is where we got the New Year Dual Dokkan Fest. So, if the superhero LRs, Piccolo and Ultima Gohan, had not been a same-time celebration, this is the time slot where they would release on Global. However, this time slot is now empty, right? We need something to fill this gap. So as we move down here, the whole of the rest of April, we get onto, this is where Golden Week is at the end of April. So the end of April will still be Golden Week for both versions. So this occurs on both versions at the same time. So Saiyan Day and Golden Week, two same time celebrations that are essentially only separated by like, what, it's like a month and a half. But if you include the Saiyan Day celebration itself, it's basically a month, right? So what is going to go in this gap? Now, if we take a look at the JP schedule from last year, so Bardock came out at the end of September, and then obviously a week later we move into basically where we are now, where the Easy A's came out, Frieza Chain Battle. I think this actually might have been the Bojack Burst mode. Like, some of the things released in a slightly odd order on Global. We got the Bojack Burst mode before the celebration where LR Bojack got his Easy A, whereas I think they actually did happen at the same time on JP. So then we got Heroes, which obviously was same time again. And then we moved into December. Actually, was it the very end of November? It was, wasn't it? So after Heroes, yeah, the very end of November, this is where JP got the Dokkan Fest Int Yamcha and the side banner unit Tech Yajirobe. Both very, very good units. We also got a new Battlefield LR reward that you can buy from the Battlefield shop, which is the LR Hachiak. So basically, in terms of the schedule of units releasing, this is the next unit that came out on JP that Global does not have yet. So you could say that in April, after Saiyan Day is wrapped with a nice little bow on it, we could get the Yamcha celebration. So Yamcha, unfortunately, they only ever update Battlefield when it's the same version that got the update. So I think Battlefield, we're still a bit behind. So we won't necessarily get LR Hachiak when Yamcha comes to Global, if he is indeed next. And then the rest of the Yamcha celebration, we got the Easy A for this Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, more quest stages. We got the Easy A for LR Bojack. We got the revamp of the Broly story event with awakenings for these free-to-play characters. More story events. Now then we got the TN Super Strike revamp and the STR Carnival Goku. These were parts of the Part 2 celebration for Yamcha on JP, and these came to Global as part of the Part 2 celebration of the Kid Goku event. So these are already out as well. So this is not something from the JP schedule that they can slot in like before Golden Week or something like that, right, to fill out that time, because it's already come to Global. And then when we moved into December, this is where we then got the New Year Dual Dokkan Fest, which, as we've already said, was available on both versions at the same time. So then we move into the new year. And basically, this is where we pretty much then just moved into the anniversary, right? The end of December on JP was pretty empty, right? Like, we had the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest, we got these guys come out, and then, in fact, it doesn't show, there's like nothing here for January. I swear something else came out before this, right? We didn't get the superhero celebration for an entire month, did we? Because where's all the stuff about, like, Cell and Gohan's EZA? I don't know if this is just a case of the wiki not being as up-to-date as it should be, because this is the end of January. So, even if we go back to here... Oh, it does show... Okay, there we go. So we got the Broly and Gogeta EZAs. These were obviously on Global as well. Then we got the Cell and Gohan EZAs on JP, Collection of Epic Battles. Obviously, Global did not get this at the same time, but we have gotten that now. So the Gamma Chain Battle we did have. And then, yeah, so basically nothing important, right, until we actually got to the anniversary. So we get to the anniversary. Obviously, all of this stuff is going to come to Global in July, as it always does. The anniversary basically spans, because it starts at the end of January, basically spans for the entirety of February, and then that brings us up to the present day, where we move into March, and we have the release of Super 17, which will be the last Dokkan Fest on JP before Saiyan Day. So, that takes us back to this global timeline. So let's say in April we get the Yamcha Dokkan Fest, and we get the EZA for Bojack. Now that celebration on JP was only what, like 2 weeks in total. It came out at basically the very end of November. I'm just going to double check the exact date again. It was like the it was literally the 30th, literally the last day of November. And then if we go into December, all of this stuff, including the Part 2 LR, this was all coming out right up until the 28th. So they kind of did stretch this for a whole month, but it included this Part 2 LR and these EZAs that have already come to Global. So there's no way they can stretch that out for the entirety of this month to lead up to Golden Week on the 27th of April. So Yamcha potentially is going to fill this time slot at the beginning of April, where the Dual Dokkan Fest for New Year's would have been. Remember, again, this is where LR Piccolo and LR Ultimate Gohan technically would have released if it wasn't the same time celebration. So let's say we're putting Yamcha in here. Without his Part 2, that only takes us up to like the 14th of April, which then means based on the previous year, we still have basically 2 weeks before this comes out. So is this going to be like a global first Part 2 LR for Yamcha? Now, the other option is that obviously they could release the Dokkan Fest 17s here that fuse into Super 17, because their celebration has been somewhat lackluster, I would say, right? Because it's another one of those celebrations perfectly designed to fit into a schedule so it doesn't have a Part 2 because it leads into Saiyan Day. So in theory, they could fit the Super 17 stuff in here with like the EZA for physical MVP 17, the EZAs for the free-to-play units, including LR Prime Battle Cell, and then that would lead us into Golden Week. So there is stuff that's out on JP now that they could use to fill this gap before Golden Week. But then the bigger problem, the overarching problem, is then that leads us into May. So this was after Saiyan Day, right? Did Gohan get his EZA? What happened at the end of April? Now, it was part of Golden Week, right? Because Golden Week... Does that count as part of Golden Week? Because Golden Week was Android/Cell Saga, and then we got the EZA for Ultimate Gohan. Does that count as part of... I don't know. I think it did still, right? Because I swear I remember the Trunks EZA came out during what was... Yeah, because this is the Part 2 LR. I don't know why that just feels really weirdly out of place that we got the Gohan EZA. Well, this is on Global. I don't know. Did it happen on both versions at the same time? I've already forgotten. But, yeah. So this is all still Golden Week. And then we move into the 31st of May. This is before Global gets their anniversary in July. Or towards the end of July. This is the time slot that is supposed to be the 17s. So Ginyu was the first Dokkan Fest that came out on JP after the anniversary. This is supposed to be the time slot where the STR 17s would go. But as we've already discussed, like, if we're going to use that to fill a gap earlier on in the schedule, then what goes here? Because if both versions are having Golden Week up until here, and then we get to this point, nothing has come out. I guess there's going to be what? There'll be a Dokkan Fest on JP between Saiyan Day and Golden Week. So then they would have to put that here. And then we move into June. And then we're going to have to get the Dokkan Fest that JP gets after Golden Week. Which literally puts us like one Dokkan Fest and like 2 or 3 weeks behind JP. Until we get to the anniversary. So, whilst I'm still not, you know, going to use this as some sort of cope, because it kind of happens every year when the schedules get really, really close, that people are like, oh, look, the schedules are getting super close. The versions are potentially going to sync soon. Like, obviously, I still think that would be the best outcome for the game. I'm not necessarily saying that that is what's going to happen. But, as you can see, like, there are just gaps in the global schedule now where there is nothing that we know of from JP that can fill those slots in these gaps. So let me know what you guys think down below. What are they going to do to fill these gaps? Are we going to get a global first? Are they going to actually move the games towards syncing? What are they going to do to fill these gaps in the schedule? Because, I mean, even just the one after Saiyan Day, like, between Saiyan Day and Golden Week, we can't only get Dokkan Fest Yamcha, who doesn't have any of his Part 2 stuff because we've already got it. We can't have that for a whole month before Golden Week. So, something has to fit in that gap. But what is it going to be? So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I know I got a bit rambly towards the end there. I had a main point that I wanted to make, but again, like, the schedule is so confusing. Just looking at it here, I think I actually got even more confused than I was at the beginning. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Global will actually do to fix these holes in the schedule. Like I say, I still maintain that the best choice for the game and for everyone overall, whether they may think so right away or not, is that the versions should sync, but I'm not saying that that is going to happen just because of this. But I'm definitely very interested to see how they are actually going to fix this issue, because yeah, there's just, I just don't know what they're going to do. There's just these huge gaps and they need to fill them with something. So I guess we will find out what it's going to be. And remember, JP, whilst they'll probably just slot it in as part of some other celebration, remember that JP also doesn't have the EZA for LR God Goku, so they have to fit that in somewhere as well. Now, they'll probably fit it into a celebration, just a random one, right? And then it doesn't really make a huge difference. But that is still something to bear in mind. And remember, Global got to vote on God Goku or Beerus and Whis. Now, does that mean that the Beerus and Whis is also still going to be a global first and just they're coming out after God Goku? We don't know that either. So yeah, it's just kind of all over the place at the moment. And let me know what your thoughts are down below. What do you think is the best way they could fix this schedule issue? And what do you think they actually will do? Because obviously those could be two very different things. But let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.